spend a few minutes talking about ergonomics. Ergonomics is the way that these pots might fit the body. Since we are going to be holding them in our hand and lifting them to our mouths, we want them to be comfortable. We want to choose this mug so that we will use it. We don't want it to be too heavy. We don't want the handles to be too small. We want the weight to be have a correlation between the size of the handle and the number of fingers that we might use to lift the piece with how much liquid it might hold. So this piece is quite large and it might be very heavy once it holds 16 ounces or so of coffee. And so you can see that this artist, Nancy Green, has designed it so that you would use 4 fingers to hold this handle. All right. Another thing about handle design is that typically you're looking for kind of a rectangular shape. When your hand is kind of like this, it's really a kind of narrow rectangle that fits in here. So a handle that's very loopy and wide might be more difficult to hold. So also the leverage of how we pick it up and tilt it makes a difference. So a couple of these are very small handles with just 1 finger, but then you would also use here your second finger, your middle finger, to kind of leverage the liquid up. This one here is similar. It's maybe 2 fingers, depends on the size of your hand. But here you have the relationship of the handle to the cup at the base. Okay, so you want to make sure that when you're going in to pick it up that you can reach it. So this looks okay, I can get in here. If this was a very small cup, it might be more difficult. All right, and it's wide, but not so wide that when I bend my finger, it's uncomfortable. The edges are tapered slightly, and you can see she's made kind of a decoration where she's pulled her fingers down on either side, and there's kind of a ridge in the center. All right. This handle here is round, okay, and it's not super thick. I can fit my finger around it easily with 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 fingers I can fit. It's a little tight, but it works. It's probably closer to a 2-finger handle, and the cup is very lightweight and comfortable in the hand. Let's see. This piece here also has a roundish handle. It has a sort of a little tail that they've made as a decorative motif, but also it's curved here, and my second finger fits nicely in that little groove there. So that was kind of an intentional design element. Again, 1 finger. This time the placement is at the top of the cup rather than lower down on the cup. And I can really get my hand in here, but it's not so tall that I actually hit my face when I'm trying to drink. And believe me, that happens. All right, this one here is put in kind of the waist of the 2 curves of the pot, and it makes for a natural place for it to go. It's a little wider, it sticks out longer, but that makes a nice place for that second finger to kind of nestle in. This is another 1-finger handle. It's funny, I guess I chose all these 1-fingered handles here when I went to the cupboard. I really like the way this one looks, but it's very uncomfortable to use because it's so wide that it's wider than the knuckle in my finger when I bend it. So it's not, I can fit my finger in it, but when I do, it doesn't really stick out, so I almost feel a little insecure in how I'm holding it. I'd prefer that my finger fit all the way through. And again, she drew the finger down on either side and kind of left a ridge here in the center, but there's this nice thick attachment where the handles come together. You can see in the profile there, and it really makes it feel secure on the cup there. Okay, I'm going to throw a couple of different kinds of handles. I'll pull a couple of different kinds of handles so you can have some choices in thinking about your design as well, okay?